Well, welcome to our interest meeting. We're very excited to share about our Kinship Anthology project, and we've titled the theme Things That Grow. So today we'll talk a little bit more about what you can expect from us, what we can expect from you, what the process will look like. And we do have a writing activity you can use just as a practice if you're interested. It's not required, but we want you all to feel empowered in sharing your story, because our goal is to always raise awareness about kinship care and kinship families as a whole, and how important you all are for supporting the kids in your care, but also not using rose-colored glasses and talking about the challenges as well. So we're excited to have you here. So I guess I already talked about the agenda today. Here's our lovely team. Maddie couldn't be here today, so I can introduce her, but I'll introduce myself first, and then Onita can introduce herself. So my name's Angela Tobin, and I'm the founder and leader of Kinship Caregivers Connect, which is a nonprofit organization that provides peer support and informational support to kinship caregivers. And kinship caregivers are relatives, family, friends, or someone who has a connection to a child that steps in to care for them full time when their parents are unable to or need assistance in doing so. So we see like grandparents raising grandchildren, but there's many different types of kinship caregivers. And it's just been an honor to meet so many caregivers through this work. And like I said, my goal is always to uplift their stories and experiences. And I even have experiences in my own family, just to raise awareness, because a lot of people don't know what kinship care is and what goes along with that, and really the need for support for caregivers. And I also have a background in research, and I guess writing is a hobby of mine. So it's fun to bring all these different interests together. And I definitely could not do it without Onita and Maddie as well. So Onita, I'll hand it off to you to introduce yourself.
Okay, thank you, Angela. My name is Onita Morgan Edwards. Excuse me. And I am by day a bookkeeper and probably also by day an adjunct professor of English. Teach a couple of writing classes, but I'm a writer, of course. And um, what else am I thinking? Oh, I'm an amateur photographer, and me and Angela agreed to put this work together to get the word out about kinship care. So that's why I am here. And I am also in her support group because I am a kinship caregiver myself. I am raising my 11-year-old granddaughter.
Awesome. Thank you, Onita.
Yep.
And Anita does have previous publications, which are amazing. She published a kinship caregiver journal and guide that's available on Amazon. I always get the name wrong. Can you say it? Kinship.
Kinship caregiver planner and journal.
Thank you. Kinship
Yep.
caregiver planner and journal. So
Yep.
we're very lucky to have her expertise, and Anita's graciously donating her time and talents to us to make this happen. So thank you. And we also have Maddie Vaughn. She is currently a student at Lincoln Memorial University studying occupational therapy. That's also my background. And she has a passion for kinship care and also has experience in her own family, with kinship care. So she's going to be helping with the editing process and putting everything together as part of her capstone project, which officially starts in January of next year, but she's been kind enough to still help us along the way before then. So this is our small but mighty team. And I shared some about the purpose, and Onita, feel free to like jump in if I miss anything. But for those who aren't familiar with the term anthology, I know I wasn't too familiar with it before, but it's just a collection of personal essays and poetry. And so we did put some requirements on like the length, and we do have a theme in mind that we shared, but it's just a way for people to share their story and perspective in a creative way, but in a way that is also authentic, and it's considered like nonfiction. So something that has happened in your life. Do you have anything to add? Because I feel like maybe I did not explain that the best.
No, I think you did an excellent job because that's an anthology is definitely a book of essays or poetry, and is usually typically by different people. So yeah, that's the only thing.
Thank you. Yes. So we definitely want to share different stories and perspectives. And this anthology aligns with our mission at KCC to empower caregivers in their roles by providing resources, education, and peer connections to support their well-being and help their families thrive. And I think along with caregiver well-being is just raising awareness in the community, because there is such a need for that, and also more supports for kinship families. And the profits from the sales of the book will go directly to KCC, Kinship Caregivers Connect organization, including our support groups and other programs that we have. So it's a nice way for us to give back and focus on our organizational sustainability as well. Our target audience are other caregivers, youth, families, organizations, and agencies who work directly with kinship families, and just the general public as well. So if anyone works with kinship caregivers, this is a way for them to see different perspectives. If you're a caregiver yourself, I'm sure you may be able to relate to the stories in there. And then just again, raising awareness about kinship care in the general public too. And our goal is to share the voices and stories of kinship families to raise awareness about kinship care from a variety of perspectives. These are more logistics of what to expect. So we're going to accept up to 15 essays and 3 poems. That is not necessarily like the definite amount, but that's just the maximum that we will accept. And the essays and poems should be firsthand accounts and authentic storytelling that aligns with the theme, things that grow. The theme can be interpreted in like a wide variety of ways. Definitely, it's meant to be metaphorical. So, for example, you can talk about as a caregiver, you know, how you've grown, things that you've learned throughout your journey, or you could relate to a flower or something that actually grows that ties into a memory on your journey. So it can be interpreted in a lot of different ways, and it doesn't just need to focus on necessarily like the positive. As I said, we want to paint the whole picture of kinship care. So whatever things that grow means to you is really the theme. And Onita, do you have anything to add to that about just using the theme in writing?
Nope.
Okay. We do have guidelines, submissions, and I'll send out these links with the recording, but definitely read through those before you consider writing something, because it has a lot of instructions there. That includes like a word minimum and maximum, so 500 to 1500 words, or for a poem, we say 1 page long. If you're a new or beginner writer, or editing process may help you develop the story you want to tell, but we do have a limited amount of spots for 5 writers that would need more hands-on support in the process. We definitely want this to be open to everyone. So, and right now, all of the spots are available. So if you are interested, we have an interest form specifically for that, where you can get some more mentorship and feedback in the process. We have the submissions due on November 15th. And we do ask that you give up to 90 days to hear back from us. As I said, we are a small and mighty team, and we're really focused on quality edits and putting our time and energy into it, developing these pieces. So we do appreciate your patience. It could be much shorter than 90 days, but that's just the maximum time that we ask for. And we could, when we do ask for edits or provide feedback, we just ask that you're able to do that within a 10-day time frame. And I know you all are very busy people and have a lot of things going on in your lives. So that's why we're trying to provide this information now, just so you can see if it would be a good fit to be able to integrate that feedback. And of course, we're always understanding of like major life things happening, but this is just our general guidelines to follow. And again, we will provide feedback. So this, for those who haven't submitted to a book before anthology, it's a process of kind of like developing a piece throughout. Very little times do you submit something and not have feedback or things to change or make edits to, just in the writing process in general. It's kind of a strength in having multiple eyes on a piece. So we definitely want it to be your story, but we hope our feedback is helpful just in terms of, flow, grammar, organization, things like that. We won't try to change your story, but just have feedback for making sure it's a high quality piece. But again, even if you don't have professional writing experience, please submit. And again, this is a team effort. So we hope it doesn't feel intimidating, but that we're all in this together. Acceptance of a piece is contingent on making the requested edits. And again, you do not need professional writing experience to submit. Sometimes there could be multiple rounds of feedback too, which again, all of that is normal in the publication process. Sometimes it's helpful to take a step away from a piece and look at it again, or even multiple times. Do you have anything to add to that, Onita?
No, you're doing a great job.
Okay, thanks. So for compensation, you'll get a copy of the anthology, and for the essays, a $50 e-gift card to Target, Walmart, Kroger, or Amazon, provided by Kinship Caregivers Connect. For the poems, I think we're providing a $25 e-gift card. I meant to add that on there. So we know it doesn't fully cover your time. It's more of an honorarium or a thank you for your collaboration and for your work. Again, we really hope this to be an open and collective process. We're a team and we're here to support you, especially all of us having lived experience in kinship care is something we're very passionate about, and we come from that perspective first and foremost. What you can expect from us: clear communication, dedication, intentional support, and feedback. Here's the overall timeline we had in mind. So November 15th being the submission deadline, January 15th is the latest you would hear a response for us. That's 90 days after. And again, we have a 10-day editing window to make edits on feedback. In the spring, we'll work on compiling the anthology and finalizing the design. Onita will have a great part in that, I know, because she's so talented with graphic design and things like that. And then we hope to publish the anthology June of 2026. So we're looking at about 9 months from now. All right, now I'm going to turn it over to Onita.
All right, so this is one of my favorite quotes by a writer who many of us, if not all of us, know, Maya Angelou. And one of her famous quotes is, "There's no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you." And what I take from that is that if you have to carry your story versus sharing it or writing it down or putting it in some form of art, then there's a certain amount of agony that comes with that. And so, yeah, thank you.
I love that.
All right. So, if you're interested in sticking around for the writing exercise, it's really brief, maybe 15 minutes, and we can go through it. I'm planning to do it because I have some projects I want to work on, and I need this, I need a little Kickstarter.
I love it.
All right. So I guess the first thing would be to write down one specific thing or incident about your kinship journey, just one thing. And it can be something like getting legal custody, or it could be um, sharing your first meal with the person that you are caring for, or it could be making arrangements for getting your young person in school. Any incident that you may consider writing your story about. So we can take maybe what, 5 minutes?
Sure. I'll
Five
do
minutes for each of the first three, and then the last one is something that people can do on their own.
Awesome. I'll set a timer.
Okay,
If you're watching the recording, you can consider doing this alongside with us.
absolutely.
I could put on some ocean waves for background.
Ooh, that sounds good.
That's what I fall asleep to.
So one specific thing. Okay, I'm gonna put myself on mute. Your timer on?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Mhm. We have about a minute and 45 seconds left. All right, that's the time.
Okay, for the next, I guess, I don't know if you would call it a prompt necessarily, but for the next part of the exercise, you want to add context to what you wrote down, that specific thing. So if you wrote down something about perhaps you had to get your young person enrolled in school, then you would add context by adding details. You know, who did you talk to? Um, where's the school located? How they're going to get to school? Are they going to take the bus? Are you going to transport them? What was their first day like, and things like that. And so we can take another 5 minutes and just work on building context to our specific thing.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yep. We have a minute and a half left. Okay.
Thank you. All
Mhm.
right. So the next part of the exercise is to add any important dates when things happen. Did it happen around a birthday or a holiday, or was there a particular year that something happened? Um, did this event happen before kinship care started, or did it happen after you got custody or after you started taking care of your loved ones? So you can take 5 minutes and just add any important dates or any other details you can think of.
So I'll start the timer.
Thank you.
Mhm. Hi, Darlene. We're just doing a writing activity. Thanks for joining. And we have some more information on here if you want to read through it. But we'll send out the recording too so people can try it out on their own. Right now we're on the third box. We have just over a minute left. Okay, that is time.
Thank you, Angela. So that is it. And then the only thing I suggest is if you are particularly a new writer or beginning writer, to read the work of other people, read poetry, read personal essay, read whatever you can get your hands on, anything that might help you develop the kind of story that you want to tell.
Thank you.
Yep.
And what is the homework? Oh, reading the work. Okay, gotcha. Any questions for those that are on here? And if people watching have questions too, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We'll include our contact. We'll have the contact email on here.
I love having a method. I've never had one like this, and it is very helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, Miss Veronica, I want to know how to follow you on Substack.
Okay, so I believe it's veronicaakers.substack.com.
Okay.
So Veronica is VERONICA
Mm-hmm.
AKERS .substack.com. And it's
Okay.
been a while since I've given that out. So I hope that there's no periods between Veronica and Acres, for instance.
Okay, I will find you either way, because I know they have Substack has like a search option, so
Yes.
I'll find you.
I'm going to look for
Thank
you
you.
too, Anita. So I'm writing your name down because I see it spelled under your picture. So it's Onita Morgan hyphen, and then it doesn't show it.
Oh, Edwards, EDWARDS, but I have a pseudonym on there, and it
Okay.
is Indigo Sawyer, INDAGO SAWYER. Did I spell that right? IND.
IGO.
Okay, yeah. It's
Okay.
been a while. It's been a while.
I'll look
Awesome.
for
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank
No, I
you.
agree that the writing exercise was really helpful too. I feel like I chose a topic I'd want to write about more. So,
Good
yeah, like I
job.
said, to reach out. I'm gonna stop the recording now. Did anyone have any like reflections or wanted to share ideas from the writing exercise?